can't deny the milk.
What up, what up, what up?
Yo,
Welcome to Milk Stand Podcast, Episode 8. I'm your host, Ace.
Jonathan.
Today, we have another amazing episode for you guys. Every episode is amazing. That's
Right.
how I see it.
I totally agree.
Word. So I got some topics. We're going to start potting for real. So, first off, Jonathan, what you been up to?
Been good, man. Been grinding. I got into an accident the other day. Pretty bad, but
Oh, you breathing.
I'm
so
breathing
you
for the
blessed.
grace of God.
Thank God.
Thank God for that. And she got me looking at things a little differently.
Mhm.
And I don't waste time anyway. But I want to really, really, really continue to grind out, man. And you just never know. Could have been a lot worse.
Nah, that's a fact.
So.
Hold on, I gotta set this timer. I'm on one name bandstand today.
Yeah, they did the sound, did the
sound, did the audio.
cameras, did everything. Yeah, I
Yo.
respect it.
Yo, son, what's up with this Apple Watch shit? I mean, this Apple shit. Yo, baby, these updates be blowing minds, my boy.
I saw. Yeah. Listen, you know I don't really do the technology too tough. I don't be forgetting to update my shit and all that. Like,
I am getting the iPhone 12, and not only that, I'm getting the iPhone Mini. I
what?
don't know. For some reason, I just want a smaller phone.
What?
Like, cause like you have something for so long, just like you want to kind of revert back a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, because like even like my work phone is an iPhone 7, and that's kind of small. But and my personal phone, I have the iPhone 10. So I think I am going to use the iPhone 10 as my work phone, and then use the iPhone 12 mini as my personal.
Okay.
Just like
I don't. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the bigger phones, but it's just so much easier. It's so much easier. I mean, what's the difference though? Like, is the 12 bigger than the 10?
No, so it's the same size. Just that. So I just want a smaller phone. Like, do you realize how much smaller that? Remember that BlackBerry that we all had? You know
That
how
shit
much-
was mad small.
Yeah, like, but that was. I like it. I got big hands too, so I like to make. Even though like the iPhone 10 is still not that big in my hand. Even the Max, like the Max, I could still operate the Max pretty well in one hand.
Mm.
But it's just I don't know. I just like the feel of a smaller
I get it.
smaller phone.
I get it. You gonna go back to the Nokia snake phone?
Ha! It's not that small, my boy. But
That's
yeah.
classic shit though, bro. They used to get in trouble in class for that shit all the time. But I never forget those phones. That's where it really like started. That was my first one.
Nokia Snake.
That
That
was
shit
my
was
first
like that shit was built like a brick.
100%.
Son, I ain't gonna lie. So I had the brick one. I did not. I no longer wanted that phone. So I used to try to break that shit. That shit would not break. I used to throw that shit in the air. Throw that shit from like the third floor all the way down the staircase. Shit still be working. These days, you know, with these phones,
It's over.
a wrap.
Nigga, you drop it from here to here, so
Nah, word.
not durable at all.
Nah. But yeah, so what happened with this accident?
Yo, bro, let me tell you something. This shit made me realize too, like, I'm not angry. We had this conversation before. I'm not angry, bro. I am just, I don't know what the word is, but I gotta figure it out. So, I'm in Queens and I'm driving. It's a 4-way stop sign. So just last week, I had just got pulled over for a rolling stop. I didn't get a ticket, but I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna make sure I stop with this fucking stop sign. So I stop. I watched the whole thing. So I'm coming this way. This person is coming this way, right? So I stop. I see her. At the time, I didn't know if it was him or her. I see this person roll, like, might even stop. So I go, thinking they're gonna stop. Like, all right, you see me going, like, nah, yo. She hit me like she didn't even know I was there. Like, she didn't even see me. Like, spun me out and all that, bro. Now, the scary part about it was, as I'm spinning out, there was a crib right on the corner with, like, brick gating, pretty much. I almost ran into that shit. I was like 2 feet away from that. That would have been bad. Airbags deployed and all that. So, you know me, I jump out the car like, I'm thinking God it wasn't like a younger guy or because we would have been fighting out there. I was just so upset that they were so negligent. So come to be like a older, Like, I guess she was like Haitian lady. Yo, bro, I get out. I'm like, yo, what happened? Like, yo, she dead looked at me like, and just turned her head. What the fuck? She ain't say one word to me, bro. The whole time. Like, I don't know if she was in shock. I don't know, but she rapped my
you
shit
never
though.
know in those situations how people are thinking or reacting
Right,
and things like
bro.
that.
But she
Yo, when you
definitely,
sent me that photo, I was like, what the Nah, I had to FaceTime you right away. Like, yo,
Bro,
the eye, you
she
good.
was
Like,
bad, yo. She
yo,
was bad.
that is. I thank God I've never been like in a like an accident like that. I've been in like a little fender bender hit somebody's bumper, but
That's my first real accident.
that's
I've
a
been driving
word.
for 17 years, yo.
Even though it's not your fault, too, your premium about to go up. That's the fucked up.
Well, the
I
thing
hate
is,
that
I was talking
bullshit.
to my man about it, and since she T-boned me, it might not even have to make it to my insurance. I could just claim through hers.
Mm,
So, I don't know, bro. We're about to figure it out, man.
so-
She was bad though, bro. You saw the pictures, man.
Yeah,
Shit
that,
was
that, that,
crazy.
that was bad. It's like yeah, everything is a gift and a curse, man. Like you ever see that Instagram meme where like Jesus was like taking the small teddy bear away, or God or Jesus
Mhm.
had taken the small teddy bear away and got the bigger teddy bear behind.
Mhm.
That's what that all is. That shit is real, man. I believe in that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, something coming. Something coming.
Nah, of course. The way life been going for you and I,
Should be crazy.
shit, yo,
Should really be
yo,
crazy,
I,
bro.
I just want to tell people like for real, like manifesting is a real thing.
100%.
Like you don't like sometimes we wish for things and don't push forward in life because you just hope that it happens. Like nah, like you wish for it or you manifest and say this is gonna happen. You set it and forget it. And when you set it and forget it, you leave it, but just continue along that path to move towards it. And then you'll get like a big help or a big push somewhere down the line. You don't know when it's gonna come because you have your head down, focusing on what it is that you really, want to do,
Absolutely.
what you're really into. So just do that, and then the most amazing thing will happen for you, and it always does. And sometimes that amazing thing may happen in the form of a car accident. Like as cynical as that may sound, not cynical, but like as harsh as that may sound, tough to bear.
It's real though.
Yeah,
It's real.
because it's like I can't even count on two hands anymore how many times like I just like, damn, how is this gonna happen? And then it just happens for me. And like, or like you depend on one person, you like, no, forget that person. I'm just gonna grind my way out of it. And then in you saying forget that person and grinding your way out of it, you are able to see something else because you have to let go. Sometimes you have to let go of one thing for another thing to happen. And that's like when you're in that wavelength, when you have that mind frame, it just happens continuously.
Right.
Because what you put out is what you get.
100%.
And I'm totally believing that, like 100% believing in that.
100%.
Like
Something going to come out of you, man.
I wish that more people. Well, let me not say I wish. No, yes, I'm gonna say I wish because, I pray that more people will think like that. And sometimes I feel like not enough people do. But then there's this app called Clubhouse, right? It's like in the beginning, it was like a lot of like industry people on it. Only it's like I think it's still invite only, and it's kind of like who's who, right? And then so say for instance, like I'm in there, and then like you do a profile sign up. You can't automatically get on because you do a profile sign up.
Mm.
Somebody who's in on the app already, like it'll probably pop up and be like, "Do you know Jonathan?" Or this person likes to thing. You have to accept them. You have to like refer them, which is kind of lit. And then they have these group chat, like so everything is a chat a chat room, but you're actually speaking in the chat room.
Wow.
And there's people who are listening. There's people who are actually talking, like moderators, and then you could like raise your hand if you want to speak. And each chat room has like different topics. And then like I be getting in some chat rooms, and then I'm like, people, I'm not alone out here in how I think and how I speak on things.
That's encouraging, though.
Nah, it's very encouraging. And then you could be in the same chat room with someone like Punch from TDE,
Mm.
Just Blaze, Joe Buttons, and these are the people that I just follow. Like these other people that you could follow and just be in their rooms, and like they give you the ins and outs of the music industry, fashion industry,
Mm.
and then other people just have like other type of chats where like, you can do anything. Like for instance, if you get on there me and you and AJ is the moderators, and we talking about, I don't know, moving from one coast to another coast, or moving from one state to another state. We have that conversation, and people are in there listening, and you like 80 to like 25 to 100 people in there just listening. And then you have some people in there that want to raise their hand, like, well, I'll give my input on this, and that.
All right.
And it'd be good shit. Well, the rooms that I've been in so far have been good shit. So Clubhouse is kind of milk for me.
Let's do it.
I like that shit.
I want to check it out.
Yeah.
Can I get an invite? I get.
Just sign up.
Can I get an invite?
It's one invite. So like my god brother Marlon, he got an invite. He tried to sign up, and then it said, "Do you know this person?" I was like, "Yeah, I know him." I was like, "Bye." I was like, I don't know if I use my invite on him. So I was like, all right, if a day go by, nobody like brings him in.
It's retarded.
I'll put it. I'll sign him in.
Nigga, shit, I don't know if I want to use my invite on him. So
Nah.
you get one invite, period?
I think they may have changed it. They may have changed it. I know in the beginning, cause even Bex didn't like. Bex told me to sign up. She was like, just sign up, see what happens. And she's like, but see if somebody else invites you, because only have one invite. So I'm just, she's about, I'm pretty sure you know people that will invite you in there. So I'm like, yeah, sure. I didn't feel a way about it. Like, it's funny that you say I'm an asshole for doing that.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Like, bro, I got it done to me and I ain't feel a way.
And I didn't want to use my shit on him. But.
Yeah, so, but as soon as I did it, somebody in the music industry so you know what I'm saying? So it's that small of a group, is that niche of a group, and it's like even A Brothers on there. The nigga started following me. I was surprised with that shit. And then because of that following, mad other people want to follow me. Like I don't think I'm at a point yet to start a group chat and to start talking. Well, I probably can, because we're already doing this.
Yeah.
But this as in the podcast. But yeah, like it's just very important to just like start speaking out. I think that's very important. Very, very, very important, because it's a lot of information, especially I'm starting to see like there's a lot of information that I have, or a lot of things that I'm learning that I think it's valuable to share.
Absolutely. And you deliver it in a good way, as to where it doesn't feel like just banter. It doesn't feel like you just talking shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's some people that actually have pretty good things to say, but the delivery's bad. It feels preachy. And I don't think we do well with preachy. Like, all right, like
I'm far from preachy. I had to kind of like lean, not saying it towards preachy, but lean away from just being too vulgar in my approach. Because I used to be like, fucking do it. Like, like me and Kofi have a conversation all the time. He's like, yo, bro, you have no empathy. Like, you have to understand.
No, you've gotten better though.
No, yeah, I 100% for sure know I got better, because I take my time and I really try to explain to people, like, listen, I know it's not easy. However, if you look at it this way, look at it this way. So I do, yeah. So I'm glad you see that.
No, you definitely got better. Like, you definitely used to be like, yeah, just fucking do it. Just do it. Like, I don't understand. Like, all right, bro. Like, it's not that easy. Like, things that we think is easy is actually very hard for some people, and vice versa. Some things come easier to people, like, and I respect that. I don't think we saw that though. Like, we didn't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. Yo, what you mean you can't do it? Why not? Like, what? But there's certain things, bro. Like, people just can't.
And that has helped me out with my growth, and me empathetic to people, and just, all right, you can't do that. All right, and also another thing too. It's like, all right, you can't do that. So now it really makes me understand why everybody has to stand on their own too as individuals and be who they are, right? So if that person can't do that, all right, cool. Not saying that I'm only valued because I could do something that another person can. However, yes, like if you're like, it's always easy for me to talk basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're good at shooting the fucking three, I don't need you fucking trying to handle the ball going to the basket, especially if your handle is not like that. So sit your ass in the corner and knock these shots down, because I'm gonna draw the defense in, and you'll have your open shots, right? So it's the same thing. Like, even though, like, I know today I joked about, like, I'm the one man band today. Like, I did the camera, I did the audio, did everything, right? The set. Like, yeah, I'm just an individual that's good at doing everything. Do I want to do everything all the time? No. I want to do the things that I know that I'm great at, so I can, allow somebody else to help me to do something else that they're great at. So when we come together, it's milk. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I really learned and understood about, like, having empathy and understanding, like, all right, They may not be able to do that. That's cool. I can show them what I can do very well, and they could bring to the table what they can do very well, and then we all be lit.
That's the, like you said, that's the growth though.
Yeah.
That's the growth because I think being who we are, being how mentally tough we are, being how much we can wear, we took pride in doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that maturing, like you said, growing, that gave us the opportunity to be like, damn, all right, cool. I know I could do that, but how much time would it save me if I just go find somebody else to do it? How much, you know what I'm saying? How much more could I build? If I'm not doing these 3-4 things, I could be doing these other 3-4 things. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you expand. I think that even like with music with me, like that shit used to get annoying for me, bro. Like just doing 50 things by myself. Like it was
That
like,
al-
yo, you know what?
Do you
Like,
think that was also ego too?
yes
Not
and no.
reaching out.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I feel like, I like you said, growth, maturity. At that point, I just felt like nobody could do it the way I was doing it. It was a certain way I wanted it done.
Mhm.
Now, today, if I was doing it, I would still bring people in. They may not do it the way I'm doing it, but it's getting done. So now we can shape it however you know what I'm saying? We need to shape it. As long as it's getting done, it may not be the exact way I'm doing it or I would want it done, but it's getting done. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's where things change for me. Like, nah, it might not be, it's not gonna be your exact way, bro, but it's done. Like, and that's the main goal. That's the end goal.
You know what I learned about that too exactly is you have to allow people to feel a sense of freedom, especially when you're giving them a task and you're delegating. So it's not about how it gets done. We used to get lost in that. It's about the goal. So it's like, I want you to paint that mural. I need that mural painted by Wednesday, right? Give you a few days to do that. I don't care how you do it, how you get it done. That
get it
mural
done.
needs to be completed.
Right,
That's it.
right.
And a lot of people don't understand how to delegate in that fashion. Like they have to micromanage. And then sometimes I understand if you have to micromanage because you're dealing with someone, you know their weaknesses, they strengthen their weaknesses, right? However, don't work with that person then, or don't hire them.
That's very true.
Like, or just do the shit yourself. Or
Yeah.
find someone that can do it to the best of their
You-
ability in a way that can fulfill your need.
You also realize that by nature, your people are control freaks. Most people are control freaks.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't have the power outside of that task that they're given. So they take that power. It's like you're a boss. Like you're a geek outside. Like, so you're gonna be a dick inside here. You understand what I'm saying? So outside of the task that they're giving, a lot of people don't have that power. So they take that and they abuse the shit out of it, Joe. And it's sad. And I see it a lot, man. And I be wanting to, like I said, a boss. I be wanting to be like, yo, bro, you would not act like this outside. Like, I know you wouldn't. Like, you wouldn't talk to me like this outside. I promise you that. Like,
That shit is very that makes me very upset. And it goes deeper with being upset. So I have a tick for like I have low tolerance for bullies. And that's a form of bullying. A form of bullying could come in so many different shapes and sizes for me. But that when I know you're acting like this because you have something protecting you and you're gonna overuse it, you're bullying me. And because you're bullying me, I'm gonna show you can't bully me, and now I'm gonna say something disrespectful or physically do something to you. So a lot of times when someone is trying to bully me, and it's not always in the physical sense of bullying, right? Or in a harsh word of like verbal engagement. Their bullying could be like, you can't use this phone because that's why, like whatever it is, like whatever it is, like unfairness, right?
no,
It's really just
I get it.
unfairness. And when someone's being unfair and they know they're being unfair, that I have to remove myself because it's like, like, son. So I've got back into writing. I wrote this poem recently, right? And it says, as the anger fills my body, I pray that I will never catch a body. Like, right? Obviously, there's more words to it. But it's just like, these, like, I be trying to, like, really hold back these feelings. Like, I'm not saying I would really kill somebody, but it's just in poetic form. Where it's like,
of course.
and this anger is giving me such rage because you are not being truth to yourself and you're trying to use this X amount of power and it's really pissing me off. And that was my problem when I was in the music industry prior, and the reason why I stopped, because I'm very sensitive to that. Like my man told me that too. He was like, "Yo," he said, "You know what the problem is?" 'Cause he said, "You know what the problem with you and I is?" He said, "We're very sensitive people." And I was like, at first I was like, "What?" But I was like, "Oh, nah, sensitive as in the sense like like that ticks me off fast. Like I'm sensitive. Like
Yeah.
yes, I'm very sensitive to fake people." Fake people, which are normally like fake people who are soft, can also come off as bullies. People, just because they soft doesn't mean they can't be bullies. They're using a bully tactic to get what they want.
See, that's the thing. Like you said, bully is loaded. It's loaded.
Nah, yeah,
It's a
very.
loaded word, yo. Like people just think bullying is just physical or mental. Like, not as different things, bro. Like there's plenty of different forms of bullying, yeah. And like you said, I don't like it. I don't like it. I've never been the bullier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I've never. I think I used to be a dick. I could have been a dick.
yeah. Like being a dick is not being a bully. 'Cause
Nah.
I've been a dick and an asshole too.
Yeah, like. But
'Cause-
I don't think I was I wasn't a bullier. I didn't bully. But
yeah.
I don't like bullies, like you said. It's just that's you're weak for that, bro. Like,
Nah, yeah. And another thing too, what bullying is also is like, yo, you haven't, like I said this on the podcast on the episode before, like you have a problem. There's something with you that you're fighting with, and you're trying to like project that on other people. And nah, that's not flying on me, my boy. Not flying over here, man. So, over the last past couple of days, I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast, and Kanye was on there, a 3-hour conversation, and talking about empathy. I empathize with Kanye. Not on every topic that he discusses, but him as a human being and the way he processes things. I see similarities in myself where it's like, he'll say like, and I used to really be like that. I'm like that a little bit now. And when I'm saying I'm like that, I'm like, I have a million thoughts in my head. And I used to blurt them out like, like when I have conversations with people and like, oh, what do you want to do? And I say, I want to do this, I want to do that. So it's like, and people's like, yo, you got to slow down. Like, you got to do this first, you got to do that first. So like, I get the way Kanye brain operates. So it's like, yo, he's just speaking out loud. He's thinking out loud.
that's it.
A lot of the time. And a lot of shit that he said be making sense. Just that people, the listeners are lazy to like put it where he's trying to say. And and to be honest, it's not really their job to do that as well to either.
No.
However, like that quick judgment is what really makes people not like Kanye, because they automatically he says something about, oh no, fuck is he talking about? Nope, he's an asshole, he's an idiot, he's this, he's that. And me, I just saw myself when I was like, and Joe Rogan said something, he was like, yo, your bandwidth is different than anybody else's. And I'm like, yo, I be feeling that way too. Like when I be saying certain shit or talking like too much or too fast, people be like, most of the time they can't hear me because I mumble. I used to mumble a lot. But now I feel like I speak clear. And sometimes I feel like I'm losing people. I just stop talking. He doesn't stop talking. He keeps going.
Yeah. But that's how egotistical he is, though. But that's the problem. That's his issue. He's a fucking genius. Like,
No, I believe he's a genius.
he's a genius,
believe
but
that.
he's so egotistical. The way it comes off is very condescending at times. It's very much so. It may not even be his intentions. I know more than you. Like, I'm smarter than you. That's how it feels sometimes. And I'm a Kanye fan, big Kanye fan. And I also think he's a little off. He's a little sick. Like something's a little wrong with him.
So so that's another thing I have trouble with, right? So if you historically over hundreds and thousands of years, right? People have been killed because they thought a certain way, right? It's like he's sick, he's crazy, he's insane, kill him, chop his head off, hang him, right?
Right.
And I'm even talking about before America. I'm talking about like medieval times, right? And guess what? These motherfuckers was right. The earth was round. Oh, you're fucking crazy. We're gonna kill you.
Right. I'm not saying
this galaxy.
I
I'm just
get
saying
what you're
that's an
saying.
example. I'm not saying
100%.
exactly that's what it is.
I think he suffers from a little bit of bipolar. Like the way he just jumps up, like it's like, yo, bro, like, like, all right, like he just be jumping out the window, like, and it's out of nowhere. It's like I think he has a little bit. I think he suffers from bipolar.
You think so?
Absolutely. And his episodes are like manic, like they're completely left field. They're manic, and like you said though, I think he is ahead of his time. I think he's just like I can't even. If we could see an actual picture of how his fucking brain works, I think we'd all like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
I already know it looks crazy in there.
Like a couple years ago, Brittany sent me like a image. It was like if you look at my iPhone, Internet Explorer shit, that's how my brain works. Like 100 tabs open. Like that's how a lot of people. Again, so you do have a point where he'd be like he's a little bugged out because yes, a lot of us be having like these all over the place things, but like, he will blurt it out.
Right.
Like no, fuck that. Like it's like so it's like
it's like 74 topics in one tweet. Like I'm like, yo, bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's again, so it's almost like a child, right? You have 3 kids, so you know, like sometimes they just like you gotta let them like bug out. Sometimes, like you be like, nah, but he's an adult. Well, like it's not for us to police him. Like, but yes and no because he does have a following, a cult following. People like us are fans of him, right? Like I'm not so much of a fan. Like you could be a fan of somebody, you could love somebody, care for somebody, but when they do something fucked up, like, nah, I don't fuck with that. But you as a human being, I fuck with you. But there's certain shit that you're saying that I don't fuck with. Like there's things that you said or things that I say you don't agree with, but you still fuck with me, you
100%.
still love me. It's like so I'm not saying I love Kanye. However, the rooted human being, I saw a different version of him when I watched that podcast. And I was like, oh, I understand him a little bit better. Now, when it came to the politics parts, I was not rocking with him. He was trying to lean on like, and he could be right. He could be like trying to lean on like spirituality and God. Like that's how he'll make decisions if he was in the White House. Because like Jordan asked him like politics and policies and like foreign policies and like how would you make a decision on war and shit like that. And he was just sitting there in silence. The silence was kind of awkward, but it was like, and he's like, oh, I was just praying. He could have been. That's the thing. Like he could have been praying, or he could have been bullshit.
Yo, what? Like, but do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, like so it's like what? Like,
what? Okay. You know what I do fairly well, and I've grown to do this too, is I compartmentalize.
yeah, not a lot of people could do that.
No. A lot of people cannot do it.
And it's okay if you can't do it. We're not judging.
No judging. There's no judging.
So no, sometimes you gotta give disclaimers out.
No, there's no judging at all. But a lot of people can't compartmentalize. Like things he say or does, I don't really rock with. But then everyone's like, yo, fuck me, cancel culture. We're not when I'm listening to his music, I'm like, nah, I still like his music, bro. Like that the artist and the person, 2 different people. That's like Floyd, for example. Some of the shit Floyd does out of the ring, I think Floyd's a corn. Like a lot of the time. Like he does a lot of corny shit outside the ring. But that's my favorite boxer of all time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like you for what I like you for. Like, I don't have to like you on this side. Like, people can't do that. Like everybody is one person and one like just one like nah, bro. People doing different shit. Like,
yeah. My cousin from Atlanta called me yesterday, and we were having a discussion. We were speaking on the phone for like an hour. Mind you, he's around my mom's age, and me and him never spoke before, like on this level. Like a lot of like elders in my family, like for some reason and this is not me being egotistical. They said it, so I'm just repeating it. Like they didn't expect me to be in the type of level that I'm in mentally, and a lot of it is because of therapy. A lot of it because of growth. And it's one thing that also before I go on forward talk about me and my cousin. One thing that Kanye said was like he prayed to God and asked for no more pain, right? And his mom died shortly after.
Mm.
So again, like we were talking at the beginning of the podcast, like things be a gift and a curse, right? He said, well, because of that, I could never feel a pain like that again.
Mm.
So like I 100% understand that because I lost my mom. So it's like there's a lot of things that I let go because I'm like, yo, that shit's not worse than what I dealt with in 2011, right? So because the reason why I say that is because me having a conversation with my cousin, he's like, yo, like I didn't expect for you to be like on this type of time with your mental. and the way you going, the way you carrying yourself. And I was like, thank you, I appreciate that. And we got into the conversation how like so back to the reason why I was interject this was like things in life period are multi-dimensional. I know we like to make things black and white to make our lives easier. Yeah, there's a time for that, but there's a time to compartmentalize and understand like there's so many different variables and so many different aspects in life. It was like it's kind of hard to live in the black and white all the time. Like sometimes you really have to like sit back and like listen. Like, all right, I understand this, I understand that. But again, people are lazy. A lot of us are lazy, and we all are guilty for being lazy at times in our approach to a lot of things in life.
Right.
But like, yo, bro, like it's levels to like it's levels to this shit. That song is real. It's levels to this shit. It's levels to everything, bro. It's not easy. Because as much shit as every individual talks about being a president, right? Being a politician, being a governor, like that shit is not easy. So even for those motherfuckers who's in office, it's not easy for them. But we know what they lean on? They lean on their own 2 feet on who they are as a person. So that who they are as a person a lot of times comes out, and that's what they base their decisions on.
Right.
And you and I will do the same thing too. In whatever position that we're in, we're gonna base on who we are as an individual. Because if you're a good individual, you're gonna base your decisions off of that. It's off rip. But again, that's still multidimensional as well too. Because it's like, all right, you're thinking about so many different angles. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do?
That's a fact. I agree. See, but I think that this is why I haven't in the past really gotten to like the politics and politicians and the politicals, and I don't do it because, yeah, I was raised Jehovah's Witness, right? And their biggest thing was, which makes sense. I think they go a little far with it, but this one person is not supposed to have this much power, which is why they don't even celebrate birthdays. Yo, you shouldn't. It's crazy, right? So
I knew that. I never knew that. I knew they didn't celebrate birthdays, but I never knew that's why they didn't
this
celebrate
one
birthdays.
day, like it shouldn't be focused on this one person, like, you know what I'm saying? But whatever. So the reason why they're not into politics is kind of like, why would we giving this one person this much power? Like, he's a human being, bro. The only person that should have that much power is God. That's how they feel. And I actually believe that because this one person could be having a bad day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. Yo, we're gonna nuke this. Like, they have that much power. Like, and it's crazy. That's a lot of power for one person. But that's also another reason. I'm not even getting into it. We're not gonna get into the politics, but that's why I look a little at Trump a little differently. But I don't know, bro. I just don't.
That nigga's excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. That he's a definition of a human being that's wild the fuck out.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what though? What I respect, yo, you know what you're getting with him, bro. Like,
nah, yeah, and unfortunately, that's why a lot of people are gonna pick.
You know what you're getting, Biden.
Yeah, because Biden, because I seen some old videos. Biden was saying this one thing, and now he's saying this other thing, and I be trying. Sometimes I just mind my business. But like the tough thing is like, so I play basketball with a lot of white people in the summertime, right? At higher tax brackets, and we had this one conversation after playing basketball. It was like, yo, they dead ass told me like, yo, I fucking hate Trump. The guy's a fucking asshole. However, it's in my best interest to vote him in. Straight up and down. He's like, I don't know what we're getting from Biden. He said, we know what we're getting from Harris, but Biden's the president. Harris is not.
She's another fraud, by the way.
Why do you think she's a fraud? Because you're not the first person that said that.
Hey, bro, you ever research her? Like,
so what I'm hearing is because she used to prosecute black people, something like that?
Yeah,
or like her prosecution.
Go research.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that she passed and like supported that were completely against black people, like completely. Now you're the biggest black supporter, like Biden too. Like, my thing is,
I know Biden because Biden was with the Clinton administration.
Go back and look at her shit, boy. Like, it's like she supported passed, like it's bad, and or supported to pass, and Biden's history, like he's a racist. So now my thing is this: like I said, the biggest thing for Trump is we know what we're getting. We don't know what we're getting with Biden. technically, because we do know what we're getting with Biden. We're getting somebody that switched sides. Yeah, you shit that you passed and shit you were saying about black people was terrible. Now you want these votes.
The police is not coming for us.
Nah,
ladies and
nah,
gentlemen.
nah, nah, nah. And we talk about politics, right? Like, right. Now you're the biggest black supporter. You with rappers. Kamala Harris is wearing Timbs. I'm like, yo, bro, like, y'all gotta fucking chill out.
Son,
like,
she was on sneaker shopping too.
yo, bro,
Complex.
yeah, come on, yo, like, come on. And
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of liked it for the culture too, though. Cause
yo,
you know,
that's
I'm
cool
just-
for the culture, bro.
yeah.
But what I'm saying to you is now
Nah,
I feel like y'all are doing a lot. Like,
No, but keep it real. Like you know, like politicking, right? The hood term, politicking.
100%.
They're politicking.
100%.
They're trying to get the black vote, bro. They're trying to get the voters
I just
who
can't.
don't
I
fuck with
can't.
Trump.
I can't jack it though. I can't jack it, bro, because we know where y'all came from. Like, yo, stand on something else. Stand on something else. Don't fucking be like. And you really said if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Are you fucking? Are you crazy?
I don't think the answer is to vote for Trump either, though.
I don't know who the fuck will be voting for this.
And then it's like, don't vote, cause it's like, so Democrats and Republicans. This is my view on politics, right? Democrats, Republicans, they're both far on each side. Like, to keep it real, I have a Republican mindset. I'm a capitalist, right? However, the Democratic mindset makes sense as well too, because like, yo, there's certain groups of people in America that are in a certain position because of previous American laws, right? So you need the democratic policies to help uplift those people. At the same time, those people should not be waiting for handouts. So that's my like. So it's like again. So it's the empathy thing that comes into play, right? So like I get it. I get that we've been poor for so many. We as in our culture, right? I've been poor for so many years because of certain policies and certain situations that we've been put into, like with the whole drugs and gangs and all that stuff that happens in our communities, right? And we're put down, held down, not allowed financial gain and all that stuff, right? So the Democratic Party has now switched to the point where it's like, all right, we're gonna help raise you guys up, and the Republican is like, no, fuck it, we're not helping y'all because it's all about individualism, it's all about capitalism, right? So like that's the tough part when you're trying to think about it, because like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, being independent, right? Like, think about it, an independent rapper who is black, who's from the hood, is thinking like a Republican.
That's
Then
true.
I don't want handouts. I don't want a 360 deal. Like, what's welfare? I'm not saying it's a 360 deal. I'm not saying that. I'm not
I
saying
get
it's a
it.
360
I get
deal.
what you're saying. No?
But it's like you're giving me something for something. Like instead of me going out and getting it myself. Like
Okay.
a drug dealer is a Republican. If you really think about, if you remove the racism out of Republicans, right? Like even Killer Mike is at heart is a Republican. And even if you go back into the history of Republican, right, is someone who take care of themselves, right? You build for yourself. So that's what we all should be as Americans. That's my opinion. I feel we should all work hard and do what we gotta do. But unfortunately, we cannot do that because of the systemic racism, so many other things that happen. So I understand the Democratic Party and I understand Republican Party. And what I'm talking about is probably a small piece of each side. But me is like, yo, I don't know who to vote for, to be honest. Like, I'm not really. This is gonna be my first time voting ever, and I'm 33 years old. I'm not ashamed to say it either, because it's like, especially living in New York, and with this electoral college votes, like I don't even know how to say it. Electoral votes, right? It's like we're voting, and especially us living in New York. It's based on how much your state counts for X, Y, and Z. Like, and there's swing states. Like, so each individual vote does not count. Exactly.
I don't believe our vote counts at all. But I believe that voting at the city, state level, like I think that's a little different.
Yeah. But I'm talking about the whole presidential shit.
I think that's where our vote counts. I don't really think our vote counts. I think that they already know who the president is, bro. Like, I really do. I don't even think the fucking president runs this country. Right? I think there's somebody doing this.
Nah,
but I think that they already know who the president is, bro.
Like running the country is like so, like running the country. Like, nah, the president still got to ask permission to do certain shit. Like, let's keep it real.
Oh no, of course, but you
Like
know,
there's Senate, there's fucking.
I think that he's even bigger than that. I don't think I think the president is just a face.
So I'm not too big on conspiracy theories, but there's one conspiracy theory that I am huge on. Right? I always told myself in the back of my mind, I said this one time to the universe, but I'm gonna say it again. Like I asked myself, like, what's the richest industry in the world? It's pharmaceutical, right?
yeah,
I think it's pharmaceutical. And I think the pharmaceutical industry at the time, I researched it. At the time, it was like 600 billion. I said,
Mm.
so what? So if I was worth 800 billion, I could run the world. And the reason why I'm saying that, going back to my conspiracy, like I still believe that billionaires run the United States of America.
100%.
I think like billionaires run the world. Period.
Yeah, they talk about like not to get too crazy, but like the Rothschilds, like
Yeah.
them niggas run everything, bro. I don't feel
I
like
don't know if it's exactly them. However, I
You-
believe something of that
I'm
sort.
sure that there's somebody that I think there's a group of elite people, right? I don't know how many people are running the world, bro. Like they're calling the shots. Like I really feel like like I said,
Do
the
you watch?
president is just a face.
I think it's called Recession. Not Recession. Is it not Recession? It's not called Recession. What the fuck is it called? It's my favorite show on HBO. The shit is fire, bro. Oh, it's killing me right now because that's my favorite show. It comes on HBO and it's about this rich ass family. And the guy, I think he's a multi-billionaire and he runs like mad media conglomerates, right? And he's like trying to buy different media conglomerates. But like he literally has like motherfuckers in his pocket, bro. And if he don't have you in his pocket, he gonna find a way how to get you in his pocket. And like he just makes decisions.
Mm.
Like not for the country, but like for the in political races and shit. His daughter was like part of a political campaign type shit. Like, yo. And I believe shit like that really
I feel
happens.
that's true.
Damn,
there's
it's
people.
not Recession.
I know what you're talking. I saw the commercial, but I don't watch it though.
Succession. That's what it's called. Succession.
I saw the commercial.
That's my shit. Even though it's a bunch of fucking white people dictating shit, but it again compartmentalizing, right? That shit fuels me to be like, yo, bro, that's how I want to run shit. I don't want to be a super asshole where I'm like fucking people over, like, cause you could run business and conglomerates without fucking people over, but like that shit right there, that shit fuels me to like, yo, it's really like I know sometimes, but no, you're black because you can't. Like, I know that exists. Like being black, you can't do certain things. However, if you continue to think that way, it's gonna continue to exist.
100%.
But if you say this doesn't exist to me, and just move forward and just no, it's not so if I believe it, I can achieve it.
Right. I am
somebody, right? Like yeah, like people joke and laugh about that, but that shit is real. So like you can pick the same road that the next rich white person picked, or just pick your own path too, and just be what you really believe to be.
Right.
Like, fucking primary example. Look at fucking Jay-Z. As much Kanye West is richer than Jay-Z. I'm like, yo, oh shit, Kanye is richer than Jay-Z. He's worth $5 billion.
Is he really worth $5 billion?
Based on like the last couple of deals that he signed, yeah, it's in Forbes. Forbes. Yeah, if it's in Forbes, that means it's public knowledge. Like it's public knowledge.
$5 billion is crazy. That's insane, bro.
Like, come on. And I know some people be like, I dislike when they say, well, the white man allowed that to happen. Like, yes and no. It's hard for me to say yes, somebody allowed me to do this. Like, yes and no, because like yeah, somebody has to push the button on something. Somebody has to like write a check. Like, and someone can refuse to write a check. Someone can refuse to acknowledge what I did. However, I did do this. Like, no one said, no, you can't write that song. Oh, no, you can't design that.
Right.
Like,
I understand.
But, nah, fuck that. Nah, there's like Hope said, there's plenty of us, and there's plenty of us more coming, too. Because more of us are thinking like me, right? More of us are thinking like Kanye. More of us are thinking like Jay-Z.
And there's more access.
More thinking about like Diddy. Like,
there's more access.
And there's richer black people than them. This is just entertainment people that we see in the joint. Like I could be up a couple M's and you won't even know. Like that's how I'm striving.
That's how I want to be.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how I want to be. I want to be like, I mean, a little couple, not flashy. Let me not say flashy. couple of splashes here and there.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't want to be on Instagram with a brick. I don't want to be. I don't want mad
The
stupid
only
jewelry.
thing you may
Like,
see on Instagram for me is my gold teeth.
you get gold teeth.
I've always wanted gold bottoms.
That's fire. I actually
Always
like that a
want
lot.
gold bottoms, and like, I'm big into watches as well too. So watches and a gold tooth and cars, like and sneakers. Sneakers,
Yeah, but that sneakers is like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
that's still, that has to be a rich man game. But I want a plain Jane, bro. I'm gonna get a plain Jane. I'm gonna get a fire plain Jane.
But hold on, for people, see, this is how deep I am into watches. There are watches that look like a Timex watch that's worth like 50, 60K,
Mm.
and they're vintage. So like that type of time that's the type of watch collecting I'm trying to get on.
I get it.
But yeah, man, listen, like love is love,
Love is love.
and there is enough for everybody.
Yes, sir.
And lastly, when you're milk, you're milk. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We out.